been married for 12 years and at times money has really been tight. Just stop there. What do you mean? Oh my God, man. Let's read that again. She says, we've been married for 12 years and at times money has really been tight, but you're sitting on 40 grand. Darling. And you pay them bills, pay the telephone bills, you pay the car phone bills. I don't need you to hey, ooh, you are me, ooh. Hey guys, and welcome to the Twitter Corner. We're back with an episode. Okay guys, we are talking about a very sensitive issue here today, guys, okay? Let me just, I don't want to waste time, cuz, yeah. But I want to get deep into the video, because this video, I mean, this particular story is a bit mad. Yeah. I've got an escape from this. 4 years before I met my husband, my aunt died and left me an inheritance of 40,000. Hey, kabadabaha, rebabosity pounds, no dollars. Wow. Which is sitting in its own separate account. Hey, barabashata. Wait, own separate. Okay, I mentioned it to my husband in the early days of our relationship, but I'm sure he has either forgotten about it or has assumed I spent it. So far, I'm not sure what's going on, but let's continue reading and you'll see what remains. That fund. Hey, kabadabashata. She's using personal pronouns. Is that what it is? Personal pronouns. She's using this. That fund is my security. Hey. And now I'm a stay-at-home mom. But whose fault is that? Who told you to sex and have children? Huh? Are you not married? You find out. I'm now a stay-at-home mom, and I might need it one day to retrain, go back to college, or set up a business. I mean, so far, I mean, I'm not pushed by that. She says, we've been married for 12 years, and at times money has really been tight. Just stop there. What do you mean? Oh my God, man. Let's read that again. She says, we've been married for 12 years, and at times money has really been tight, but you're sitting on 40 grand. Darling. Some people just can't, you know. We're always juggling our finances. Just look at the adjectives that are being used here. We are always juggling our finances, scrimping and putting together too much on the credit cards. He'd believe it if he knew all the time I had a nest egg. Which, do you know what? Flip it. Do you know what? Flip it. Flip it. What's she saying? Flip it. We're always juggling our finances, scrimping and putting too much on the credit card. Let me tell you about credit cards. The interest is mad, you know. Yeah, when you get on a credit card, it's like an overdraft. You just never seem to come out of the thing. He'd be livid if he knew that. If he knew that all this time I've had a nest egg. Let's pause. The word nest egg already denotes to me that you already know you're sitting on peas, cuz, which could help the situation, which could be a solution to what we're talking about. Because you used nest egg. You didn't say my money. You didn't say the money that we've been trying to. You said the nest egg. You know it's a golden goose. You're sitting on the golden goose, darling. You are mad. I've had a nest egg, which also makes it harder ever. Which also makes it harder ever. English. Which also makes it harder ever to tell him. But it's for our future. And if our relationship ever broke down, oh darling, that's the angle you're coming from. I see you now. And it's also my own personal insurance policy, Tara 35. Guys, what do you think? Let me give you some time to deep what's going on. Deep what is being said here. You understand? Deep what has been said here. Let's get into, you know how we do a Twitter corner here? We find the tweets that are related to the tweets and then we get into the thing. Alright, cool. So, let me just actually, before I even go to the tweets, let me just break some things down. First of all, you've been married 12 years. Okay, deep it, 12 years. And you've been suffering for some years now. You also have kids because you're now a stay-at-home mom. And you're sitting on a nest egg of 40,000 since 4 years before you got married. Fine. You're now married. You have 40,000. That can help the situation. But you've let your man take out credit cards.
Jesus is Lord!
I've only got two things to say to you. Either you know he's cheating, or two, you are really a bad wife. You understand? You're not smart here. If you're smart, the money would have been in an investment and would have been multiplied from 40,000 now to maybe 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50,000 maybe. But you're not investing the money. You're not smart. You're a bad wife. That's it. That's my personal opinion. But this is this Twitter corner, man. Yeah, where we find out people's tweets and let you know what's going on. Right. So the original tweet that was tweeted by Ejekentiong. He said, "I can't believe people are saying this is right. Are you reading correctly?" She said, money has been tight and the husband has been suffering and the whole time she's sitting on 40 racks. If you don't trust your partner, don't get married. 12 years of marriage, you know. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. 12 years, if you've not decided that you're really in this relationship, just leave. Okay, as Christian, you shouldn't divorce, but I'm just saying. But just leave, you know what I mean? Because what's happened now is 12 years, your man is struggling and you're thinking about whether you should help pay some bills. To pay them bills and pay the telephone bills, that's mad. Listen to what we're saying. 12 years you've been in marriage. You got kids. So even if you don't even think about the man, your kids are suffering. What is going on, darling? What is going on? We can only speculate, but you didn't mention anything that he's a cheat or anything. You just said you need an escape fund. Which means I have to take the fact that this could be your own insecurity because you've not hinted towards him cheating. Not at all. You've not said anything that, you know, he's cheated in the past and that's why I'm scared. You haven't said anything like that. You've just said that you've got an escape fund. Which means you are the one that are willing to bail, you're ready to bail out. You have to be very careful of people like you. Another person said, under the spotlight, I didn't get at, he said, every smart, and he put smart in comment, every smart woman is reply is getting, oh, darling, the English. Can't you guys write English on Twitter? Come on. Every smart woman is reply is getting me so worked up, lol. And then Miss Geneva actually tweeted and said, "You have no idea how many different angles some folk have tried in justifying this law." I don't know where they can justify this thing. I don't know how. It must be some next feminism for you to actually accept that. Listen, after 12 years, you're married, you got kids, okay? Your husband is struggling with the finances. You are not working because you are now a stay-at-home mom. Where either you lost your job or the child is born and you decided to stay home. I don't know, but there are bills that need to be paid. And you're taking that credit card. And you've been struggling. Like for a while. That's what the tweet is saying. You've been struggling for a while. Let me not go too deep. And then the guy continues saying, number one reasons couples get divorced is because of money struggles. Your husband is working his fingers to the bone and you're 40k chilling in the bank and you're watching him struggle. Can you imagine what's going through his head thinking he can't provide for his family? And let me tell you something about men, yeah? Financially, yeah? It touches us deep. You understand? When we can't provide financially, yeah? It affects us differently, cuts. You understand? Differently. So you have to deep. This guy's probably working his back off, trying to think how he can actually make ends meet. And you've got a wife here sitting on 40k saying whether she should tell him about 40k or not. Come on, darling. Use your brain. If you're a smart woman, you use your brain. This is not using your brain, cuts. Like, I don't know if you guys agree. If you don't agree, listen, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. Comment down below. I've also shared the link for the tweet in the description. Also, wife and kids, that's what makes the stance she's even taking more ridiculous. I go fear. As far as like that, I don't need enemies, mate. Cool. King_Rilla said, smart and selfish. It's good to have a contingency fund, but if times are tough and he's the only one working, surely you help out. I get what you're saying, smart and selfish, because it's smart in the sense of that she's holding the money for herself, but selfish in the sense that she's in a relationship. So for me, that's not smart. You see, smart means, you know, you use your brain, and she's not even invested the money. So I already said it. She's not smart, rude boy. That for me, they ain't smart. You know what I'm saying? Vicky London, Vicky LDN said, smart woman. She had that before she was married as a gift from her loved one. There's no way he should be angry about it.
Jesus is Lord!
Madness. Somebody put underneath their red flags because it's what? A red flag. You darling Vicky London, you're pretty. I'm not gonna lie, DP is saying a lot. But the brain cells, I need you to bring them in. Look, darling, you can't tell me, yeah, that she's smart, yeah, for keeping a contingency fund when we got married. The whole point of getting married is not we have a contingency fund. You understand? I'm not saying you can't keep money. What I'm saying though is, why is it that we're in a troublesome time, yeah, and you're not helping out, but I'm working my ass to the bone? I'm not saying being a mother is easy, but I'm not saying that, you know, you should go back to work even. But rather I'm saying, listen, you're sitting on 40k. We can do something about this. But I'm here scrimping and scraping, using credit cards, probably taking out payday loans, which ruin your credit. And you're gonna sit there and tell me you're being smart. Darling, use your brain cell. Geneva obviously asked her after as well. Even though they faced financial hardship and she had the money to assist, bailed them out. And then Vicky LDN said, listen to the response of madness. Madness comes in waves and it comes with people. Madness is a person. This is it. Red flag. Absolute red flag, mate. I don't want to hear anything else. Listen to what she says. It's madness. I mean, it's really madness. Vicky London says, but that's them going through that as a couple. If she bails them out, who's to say the financial instability won't pick up again? And she ain't got a job and she's got kids, no pension. Nah, she should keep him. Hey! What is wrong with you, darling? You're thinking about the future. You may not make the future if you don't take control of your present now. You are struggling to eat. You're struggling to make bills. You're struggling to pay your house rent. You're struggling to pay electricity. And you're sitting on money. That is called madness. Come on, let me just read it again. But that's them going through that as a couple. Yes, I know you got money as an inheritance. But we are a couple. The Bible says, two shall become one. So even your money you're keeping is my money. The Bible says your body is not even your body, it's my body. My body is also your body. What's wrong with you? You know, this is the feminism going too far, bruv. You understand? 40k is sitting on, not doing nothing, not even earning interest. And you're telling me, as you're struggling for bills, that's us going through it. So that basically means my money is our money, but your money is your own money. I've heard girls say this before, and I think to myself, you are mad, and you have no sensibility. You are mad. This is my trust fund. Listen what she said. This is my trust fund. It's not until she got to the end, she said, but this is for our future. Whilst paradoxically saying that she could potentially leave. Look what she's put. But it's for our future. Our future is now, darling. Our future is now. And you're saying, and if our relationship ever broke down, it's a paradox between the two. Can't have the two going. It's our future, and if it breaks down, who's our future? Maybe it's not the future you're talking about with your husband. Maybe you're talking about future with another man, or maybe you're talking future with your kids. You plan to divorce him. I don't know, but it doesn't sound like it's our future. It sounds like it's your future. You've got the Y on there. Anyway, and if our relationship ever broke down, it's also my own. Listen to the personal pronouns. She said it is also my own personal insurance policy. So, cuz, where is it that is our? Where is it that she's backing him? Because it's been 12 years and it sounds like they've been struggling for 12 years. Talk to me, cuz! It's not there. Keo Michael 93 says, true, but either way, that's still selfish. Her husband probably doing mad hours to make ends meet financially, and she's talking about safety for her future, so she don't see a future with her husband. Precisely my point. If she's already thinking about the future, she doesn't see a future with that guy. It's a problem already. We've got a problem. She does not see a future with that guy. Dintel's mommy goes on to say, I don't know, but if she feels the need to have a backup plan in case her marriage, excuse the language, goes out, then there is surely a reason for her doubt. And I would also back the sentiment. Why would she have this doubt? And I said there's only two reasons. Either he done something and she ain't said it, or two, she got mad insecurities, which is very, very possible. That she's seen something in her past of maybe a marriage breaking up and has decided that can never be her. We all make those kind of decisions in our life that it can never be me, what I saw my parents go through. Rose says, I think she's smart. It's always her security fund. And now her not working, if anything should happen, at least she has that to fall back on. However, I'm conflicted on whether she should tell her husband about it again. And Miss Geneve goes and say, yes, can you imagine your husband having 40k and after more than a decade you're none the wiser? I mean, look, if you're struggling to pay bills, of course you should mention it. Of course, any girl who wouldn't mention it, you're wicked. You're a wife now. Not even that you're married your wife for 12 years and you're not saying it. You're wicked. You're wicked. Yes, you are wicked. That's it. No more. You're wicked. Nala Moreau went on to say, I'm more conflicted on if she tells him, he guilts her into using it to bail them out and then leaves her with nothing. It happens far too much. And I will say this. I actually agree with you. If she decides to use that money now, and tells him that I was sitting on 40k, my bad, and he then uses it against her, because this does happen. I'm not gonna lie to you. Guys are pricks. That I just remember the emergency funds are normally used for this circumstance. So at the very least, she should have dipped into it. Precisely. It's an emergency fund. dip into it, pay off the bills that you need to pay off, and get happy and be nice and be able to live the life you want to live, comfortable. But you're here saying you're not going to pay the 40k. You're mad, and there's nobody to tell you that you're mad apart from the Twitter people. Cool. We don't know how she can allow that to happen. We don't know how she lives with her consciousness, but she lives with her consciousness. We don't know. And now she's asking Twitter for answers. Darling, if you're watching this, you need to use the war fund. You need to use the emergency fund, dip in and pay monies. That's it. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Twitter corner for you, baby. Crazy Chain. Some of these names, god damn. Crazy Chain said, and no, he hasn't forgotten she has an inheritance. He didn't even tweet again after he said, so she should change the we're struggling to he is struggling. I guess the future will be when he finally slumps and dies from the strain of trying to make ends meet, while she sits at home being smart. She doesn't necessarily have to input the entire funds, just assist. And do you know what? He made a key point here. He said she should change we're struggling to he's struggling. Absolutely right, because she has 40k to pay and she doesn't pay it. And she said it's my trust fund, which means we're not struggling, you're struggling. You are struggling. No we, you.